welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the ember. We use the ember to create a fire, and fire is very, very important to humans going way back. Maybe I don't know, 1.7 million years that they estimate that they figured out how to pretty much make fire. I would suspect that was with a friction fire, either a hand drill or a bow drill or some type of device that they created that they could create an ember to create a fire, right? And a lot of them, what they did was they carried the embers around. I don't know if you heard of Otzi the Iceman. He was found in the Alps, frozen. He was about 5,300 years old. Really cool story. If you have a chance and you don't know about it, check it out. But in his stuff he was found with him, he had a birch container that had embers in it. And he also had fire making stuff with him, which was flint, and he had Amadou, which is made from the horseshoe fungus. I made this out of a different type of fungus that happened to be in the same family, but it works really great. And I'll put a link to my video on that Amadou. But he used flint and iron pyrite to ignite Amadou to make fires. But it was much easier to carry around, a lit ember, blow that back into a pretty much hot coal, and get yourself another fire going. So today I wanted to talk about some of the ways that I do it, and at the end I'm going to come to a conclusion of which one I think is the best. So let's get started, and we'll see what we got. There's a few things here I'm going to demo, and some of them I'm not. Like the bottom of a soda can, I'm not going to demo that because you would have to find a soda can. But solar ignition is pretty cool. I'm not going to demo the bow drill because I'm still in the process of learning that. There's a lot of guys out there that do the bow drill way, way better than me. So if you're interested in that, check them out. Especially a guy named David West. If you're very interested in friction fires, he's really great at it. So let me clear this table up. Let me do a few demos, and then we'll figure out which one we like the best. Alright, let's do a little demo of the fire piston. There you go. Alright, let's do a little demo of the flint and steel. There you go. That's easy peasy. Alright, so here we have a piece of Amadou and a magnifying lens. Hopefully you can see that smoke coming out of there. It goes right up. So that's a natural tinder and a man-made object. Alright, so we just have a baggie filled with water. Get it all into one corner and start twisting it around. Let's see if we can get as much of that air out of there as possible. Get it as tight as you can. And then you're going to want to find a sweet spot. We got a little piece of chalk cloth on the ground. Chalk lights right up. So that's the baggie method. Alright, we just have a piece of chalk cloth here and a ferro rod. Obviously this is going to be super easy. Never have a problem with that. Alright, so I did 4 or 5 demos. Again, I'm not going to do a demo of this, a bow drill, but the bow drill or some type of friction fire is an excellent skill to have because, you know, as long as you have a knife or a sharp piece of flint, you could, you know, put together some type of friction fire set. So that would be very high on the list if I was very proficient at it. But so we'll take that out of the mix for now. Next we have the fire piston. I love this thing. It's to me it's so cool to be able to just use air, right, and pressure to create an ember. This one here, I don't have an end cap on it, so I can't store this together. The pressure just won't allow it. So that's a little hint for a future video coming up. I'm going to attempt to make a compact version with an end cap, but that's for another day. But the reason why I wouldn't pick this as my number one is, you know, you have O-rings, you need petroleum jelly, you know, this could possibly bend, the O-rings can go bad. So too many little factors in that, so I wouldn't pick that as number one. Flint and steel. You all know I love flint and steel. So this, you know, would definitely be in my top picks. If it's going to be number one, well, let's see. And then the reasons why I like this is, you know, you could ignite Amadou, you could ignite chalk cloth. If you lose the steel, you could use iron pyrite. If you lose the flint, you could, you know, find a piece of quartz or a piece of chert. So you got a lot of options with this. So let's just slide this over and keep it in the frame. The next thing we're going to have is the magnifying glass. I think solar power is awesome, right? You could ignite the Amadou as I did in the demo. You could ignite chalk cloth. You can ignite rolled up grass, rabbit pellet, tons of stuff. Very, very powerful source of heat. The only thing is, you could possibly run into 2, 3, 4 days of no sunshine. So while I like this, I don't know if it'd be number one, but we'll leave it over here in the frame. A baggie. I always carry around baggies with me in my bug out bag for, you know, food or for a makeshift container for water, but this wouldn't be in my top. If I had to make solar power, I wouldn't probably use a baggie, I'd use the magnifying glass. So let's get that one out of there. Ferro rod. Now this, while we demoed it making an ember with a piece of chalk cloth, you don't need chalk cloth, right? You could use fat wood, you could use dried grasses, leaves. I mean, this throws a very, very, very hot spark. You know, it's pretty much molten steel. Would I pick this? Well, it depends, right? I mean, this will eventually wear out. I mean, it'll take a long, long, long time, but once it wore out, then what do you do? You know, so is it in the top? Maybe top 3-ish, but I don't know if it'd be number one. So let's put this one over here. Let's see, what else do we got? The can? I don't think I would pick the can. If I had the can, you know, I mean, you got to find the can, you got to polish the bottom of the can, and again, you got that whole sunlight kind of thing, you know. So can wouldn't be it for me. So that kind of leaves these three items. Oh, wait a minute. How about a lighter? Everybody should always have a lighter. But that's for another day. So out of these items, my number one thing that I would take with me has to be the flint and steel. I don't know, just something about it. I don't know if it's if it's just like an old romantic, thing for me or what. But I think you have a ton of options with this. Like I said, you lose this, you get the iron pyrite. You lose this, you find a piece of chert. To me, I think that this, with some Amadou, natural material. This is a natural material. You could substitute this with a natural material. I think is the way to go. Would be my choice. So, let me know what you think you would pick for your number one item. Leave me a comment below. And like always, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the comments. I hope you're having a great day. And we'll see you on the next one.